Okay, it says I'm live. It doesn't look like it, but I guess I am. Okay, so I'm going to talking about prayer today. And I thought gratitude would be a good thing to focus on. So I have a prayer that I wrote out about a little over 2 years ago. My mom passed away in February of 2018. And I think this is the whole entire prayer that I wrote out. I want to say there was another page somewhere, but I'm not going to find it right now. I'm not going to get up and look for it now. And if this is all of it, it is 3 pages. And this is a spiritual mind treatment. So if you want to look up spiritual mind treatment, you'll probably be taken to the Center for Spiritual Living. You could probably look it up in the town that you're in, or the next biggest town that you're in, whatever town that you're living in. And it'll take you through the steps, but I'm going to do that now. So the first one is recognizing that there is God, or I don't care what you call it. You can call it one source. You can call it one energy. You can call it divine. You can call it God. You can call it Jesus. You can call it the one. You can call it the universe. You can call it source. You can call it divine energy. Whatever name you want to get it. It's just recognizing there is a source. There is an energy. There is an infinite being. And some people choose to call it source. Some people choose to call it the universe. I would think that most evangelical Christians call it God or Christ. So that's the first step, is recognizing that this source exists and it's there and it's always there. The second one is unification, and that's where you unite yourself with the one. You are one with God. So you might say, I am one with God. I am the essence of peace. I am love. The next step is realization. This is where you claim that what you want. So if you want peace, you claim that you have it now. You claim everything that you want. And this particular prayer that I did, this spiritual mind treatment that I did 2 years ago, I needed to heal. I needed to heal because I lost my mother to Alzheimer's, and I was lost. I had to not only come to terms with the grief and move through the grief. It was very difficult, but I also had to find either a realtor to sell my mother's home. I had to contact my stepsister, which lived across the other side of the nation, other side of the country. And I had to sell my mother's home with my stepsister. We had to come to an agreement of what we were going to do. And what, were we gonna use a real estate agent, or we're gonna do the other route, which was a real estate investor. And that was kind of hard because I was like, how am I gonna move? So I put all that desire into a prayer. And that part went into realization. I claimed that I had a new place to live. I claimed that I had a landlord that was coming to me at the right time. And then the next step, the fourth step, is Thanksgiving. I like to call it gratitude, because the feeling of gratitude, just the word just seems better. I don't really like Thanksgiving. I think probably because a lot of times it's associated with the day of Thanksgiving. And we celebrate Thanksgiving as a day where we come together, but gratitude really sums up more of what we're grateful for, not just like one day. And then the last step is release, where you actually release the prayer out and you let it be. And I believe this was my first Prayer on my own. I had done these before through the help of the website, Center for Spiritual Living. I think it's centerforspiritualliving.org. I'm not really sure the website, but about 5 years ago or so, or something like that, 2015 or around there, I was building spiritual mind treatments on their website, because you can build one on their website, or you can just look at them. You can look at generic ones. So this goes through, I think it goes through every single step. So it says, in this single moment, I have the now. It is a present to me. This moment is a gift. In this moment, I am. I am here. So you can see I switched from recognizing God or the universe to I am. I go directly, very quickly, I go into unification. In this moment, I am. I am here. I am surrounded by love, family, energy, friends, compassion, knowledge, technology, wisdom, energy, youth, joy, employment, and enjoyment. I can't even read my own writing. There's a word there I can't read. I am held gently with my own compassion. I am complete in love and knowledge and energy. I am awakened. I am balanced. I'm imaginative. These words are truth to me. Now, every time I say I am, that's still unification, because I'm unifying myself with the divine. I am beautiful, unbroken, healing, perfect, connected, plugged in, grateful, hopeful, joyful, rejoicing always in the abundance of love, family, friends, support, compassion, resources, people, knowledge, tools, employment, and money that is graciously given to me by people that love me. I affirm. Now, this is funny because I kind of just switch into, I'm affirming now. I'm going into realization. I affirm and know myself. I know my desires. I see my desires unfolding before my eyes. I see a new job. I see a new professional, because at this time when I did this, I was unemployed. I see many people. I see a new house. I see a new place to call home. I see new people in my family, because I wanted a family. That's what I wanted. I wanted a family to like. I just wanted a new family, because at the time I didn't really have much, and I was single, and I lived alone, and I felt very alone. I think the feeling of feeling alone was greater than being alone. It says, I see an abundance of good and services, which are all attainable to me. I accept healing. I accept the grief when it arrives. I affirm the new job in my life, and I affirm the new things that I need in my life now, and they follow me. Love is allowing me to have the life that I desire and allowing me the relationships that I crave. I have a new home that is safe. Everything in my life is supported by endless energy, love, compassion, which also comes in the form of useful money. I accept new brave opportunities. I accept pain, and I accept growth. And I wrote something in black ink up here. God is painting and peace. God complete. God has my back. There's other stuff in. Okay, and then I go on. I think this is the next page. I accept, because this is like when I did this, I was new to spiritual mind treatments, and I wanted to feel the gratitude in my body, but I wanted to open myself up to accepting everything that was coming to me. I accept ideas, people, resources, animals, opportunities, love, smiles, learning, wisdom, insight, awareness, along with abundance of money. I accept all these are mine for the taking because life is for me. Life is good. I accept that I can be these things to others. I am amazing. I can be an amazing person to someone else. I value myself that much to see that I can be a resource and a voice of wisdom to someone else. I see myself as equals to others, eye to eye. No more looking up to others. All these ideas are applied to my life now. If any doubt is in my mind about this, it comes into my awareness. It is eradicated and abolished now. I accept new strengths and motion. I am receptive to all people coming into my life, and I'm freely bless them. I'm open to divine energy, love, guidance, self-love, wisdom, forks in the road, U-turns, lions, tigers, and bears, people, interventions, and support. I accept that I could be the support to someone else that may need me. To service, to joy, to forgiveness, to change, to growth, to possibility, laughter, wonder, creativity, imagination, all are for me in every way, shape, and form. Life is for me. Teachers, guidance, growth, pain, and everything that builds in this silent knowing experience in my life is affirmed now. I'm grateful for this. Now, here I am going into gratefulness. I'm grateful this is a complete. Oh, okay. I see what I did. I went into the closure. I went into not Thanksgiving, but release. Let's see. Here we go. Hold on. To service, to teachers, to guidance, to growth and change, to pain, to everything that continues to build and support the silent knowing experience of my life is affirmed here and now. I'm grateful this is a fulfilled and realized idea in the one, and if it would not be, if it was not so, I would not be informed in this knowledge. Let me read that again. I'm grateful this is a fulfilled and realized idea in the one, and I would not be informed with this knowledge if it wasn't established by the one. I realize these words that continue to move outward to the stars and to the universe. So when I say that, I'm releasing it. I'm releasing my prayer unto the one source, to the one energy, to the divine. Thank you that it is done, and so it is. So that is the release when I send it out, and it's called sending it into law. So it is a very long prayer, and I guess this page, I guess I put it onto this because what this is just a front and back of a spiral notebook, and all the papers are out of it, and all I did was tape one page to one side and tape the other page to one side because I wanted it hard. I didn't want a flimsy piece of paper. And I said this prayer every single day. Probably, I don't know when I created it. I'm going to say I created this probably late February or early March 2018. And I said this every day for about three or 4 months. And I kept on saying over and over again to my former coach, but how am I going to move? How am I going to move? How am I going to move? I don't know anyone that has a house. I don't know anyone that has a room. How am I going to move? I don't know anyone. How am I going to move? I don't have a job. I kept on saying the same thing because 3 days after my mother died, I was fired. And at the time, I was very hurt. But at the same time, I didn't like the job. I was burned out. I was so burnt out on the job. I was beyond burnt out. So, I kept on saying, don't focus on the worry. I was kept on being told, don't focus on the worry. Just just live day to day. And I knew to repeat this, and I knew because I had been reading up on the Science of Mind website. I knew that I needed to continue feeling the gratitude. I had to feel as if all these things that I wanted to come to me, because I wanted a life that was freeing. I wanted to feel as if my heart was healed from the grief. I wanted to feel as if my life was moving forward. I knew I couldn't stay in my mother's house, and I didn't want to stay in my mother's house because although she didn't die in the house, I knew that I couldn't stay there. It was written in the trust to sell it, and not only that, being there grieved me. It was a very sad time after she died because it was my mother's house. It wasn't mine. And there was a lot of memories there between her and her second husband. And I remember it got, I want to say like, for lack of a better word, I had peace. Like by April, I had a little bit more peace. And I'm grateful that I knew somebody that I had met at Toastmasters. His name's Matthew, and he's the one that we sold the house to. He's a real estate investor, and we're still in contact today. 2 years later, we're still in contact with each other. And it took about 2 months for me to start believing, hey, it's okay. My life is going to be okay, and I'm moving forward. And I I think it was late April, we decided to go with Matt, and I think the house closed like May 27th, and then I moved. No, it closed like June. I think it closed like June 27th, but I moved June 1st. So, um, and everything happened in divine timing. It happened perfectly. But I noticed that things didn't really start moving until I started really getting excited about uh, really knowing that all these things were mine for the taking. And I know that sounds very pig-headed, but it works. Um, I had to realize that there was a reason why I lost my job. I had to realize there was a reason why my mom died. Yes, she died because she had Alzheimer's, but there's a bigger picture. And I had to realize that my life had purpose and I wasn't just to stay there, because I really didn't like, who I was back then in those days. I really was depressed for a very long time. Um, you know, uh, in the early 2000s, I was really stuck um, in the depression. And now I realize, if you keep on saying something like, why does my life suck? Well, you're going to keep on getting that. Or, I don't know, why can't I find a job? Well, you're going to keep on getting that. And if you are grateful, saying, man, I'm so happy and grateful that I have a family that loves me, then you're going to keep on getting that. Or, man, I'm so happy and grateful that I have a car that gets me to where I want to go. Then you're going to keep on getting that. And it snowballs. So now with this, hi, baby, hi. now with this COVID thing, a lot of people are just focusing on what's wrong. And it could be that you're over here on this side saying, I don't want my state to open up. It's too soon. We're going to open up and we're going to spread this thing around. And the governor where I live is doing this all wrong. And they're going to spread it around, and we're going to come out of quarantine, and we're going to have to go through this quarantine again in about 5 or 6 months. That's what people on one side are saying. And the people on the other side are saying, this is ridiculous. This is not quarantine. You don't quarantine the healthy. This is, they're saying this is like total government control. This is taking our civil liberties away. True quarantine is where you quarantine the sick, and the healthy can go out about doing what they do. And that's it. So, and both sides, most people are focusing on what is wrong. The government is wrong to keep us indoors, all of us. The other ones are saying the government is wrong, depending on what state you live in and depending on what city or what county you live in. And I hope I just showed you what you focus on, it opens up. So I hope that you will use this time to focus on what you're grateful for. I have a list over there of things that I'm grateful for. Now, not all of them have come into fruition yet. So I know how the law works. And if you feel in your body, that you're just struggling to get by, well, then the universe will say, okay, I guess you want more of that. I guess you want more of that struggle. I'll give you more. I ask that you go on this Center for Spiritual Living website. There's a generic one, or you can go to the one to your nearest city, like Miami, or I'm sure there's one in Albuquerque. I'm sure there's one in Austin, Texas, or Houston, Texas. Whatever city you live in, or the biggest city you live near, I'm sure there's a Center for Spiritual Living near you. And there's tons of spiritual mind treatments. And I ask you try it. Try it. Give it 30 days and see what happens. Because if you don't believe in, if you don't believe it and you're like, the feeling of you not believing in it is going to lead you to your reality. That's where the magic is. And this is where Christians can move into glorious new experiences, because they believe, they have faith in the Word of God, and they take that faith and they put it in them, and then they get excited about what God can do, and they see the possibilities. And when Christians, I'm talking about evangelical Christians, okay, when they see their vision before them, whatever it is, let's just say it's maybe they want to get a raise in their job, and that's all they think about. They just think of a raise. They don't worry about the details of how I'm going to do this. How am I going to prove to my boss that I'm worthy of a raise? All they see is the raise. They pray to God, and they let God take care of the details. And the number one thing they do is they raise their vibration, and they get excited about this, and they don't let anything in their way. They say, yep, God's take care of it. I prayed over it. That's it. And because they have the vision with that feeling, especially if they're praying, God, give me a raise, and then they have this vision in their mind, oh, I went from $15 an hour to $17 an hour, or I went from $50,000 a year and now I do $60,000 a year. And it could be anything. It could be, I need a newer car. I have a car that's a 1988 whatever, and I just need something newer. And maybe they have a picture in their mind of what they want, something newer. Maybe they want a 5-year-old car, or maybe they want a 7-year-old car, and they have this idea, well, I can afford this. And they're looking at pictures on the internet, and they're going to different sites looking for used vehicles, and they have this amount of money, and they go, yeah, okay, I can afford that. I have $12,000. It's a newer car. It's not brand new, but they have a picture in their mind of what they want, and they hold it with that vibration of getting excited of, woohoo, I'm getting this car and I'm going to make sure I get it. And they continue to pray. And that's how it happens. But I guarantee you go the other way, the other is going to happen. Man, I can't find a job anywhere. What is going on, man? There's just nothing out there. I keep on calling people and they're not calling me back, and I don't know what's going on. You just spoke your future, just like God spoke, let there be light, and there was light. We can do the same thing. We can do the same thing. Our words are very, very, very powerful. And not too long ago, probably about 3-4 days ago, I stopped myself from saying, oh, my arm is killing me. Now, people are going to say, well, what's wrong with that? Well, I don't want to say that. I noticed that I became aware of my mouth, of my words, and I said, my arm, oh, and I stopped right there. Oh, my shoulder is, and I stopped right there and I said, you do not want to speak that into existence. And I said, I changed it and I said, my arm feels a little tight. My shoulder feels tight. Or there is pain in my shoulder. Or something like that. I don't have as much flexibility in my shoulder as I would like. But to say my shoulder is killing me is not a wise use of my words coming out of my mouth. I do not want that to come to pass, to where I actually have so much pain to where it's killing me. So I changed my words, and it's all about becoming aware. And take the challenge. Do this for 30 days, and you don't have to do it this detailed. I did it like this because I wanted to feel alive. I wanted to feel grateful. I wanted friends. I wanted great friends. I wanted a family. I still desire a spouse, and I have a desire now to get rid of my couch. And I know that when the time's right, somebody will pick it up. I got people waiting to come tomorrow. Don't know if they will come, but I know that it will happen. And I started getting excited because once I get rid of it, I'll have this whole space to do whatever I want in this living room. Maybe Zumba, maybe some other exercises it will open up a lot of space, and it will help me when the time is. Whenever the time is right, it will help me to move because I will have less stuff. And this space, I created it because I needed something small. I desired something small. I went from a 1,600 square foot house, just me, down to this place, which I believe is 490 or something like that square feet. And I got exactly what I was asking for. Now, I didn't see the floor plan or anything like that, but this is a very small place. And now I'm holding an image in my head of a bigger place that's big enough for me and my father. And I'm actually uh, I'm actually focusing on one state. And I betcha if I focus on that one state more, I may actually move there. I may actually attract someone to me that is looking for either a renter or looking for a homeowner. And it's I'm starting to become excited about moving, even though I don't know yet. Uh, I don't have a realtor yet. I don't have somebody that's saying, hey, I heard that you're looking to buy a home. I don't have that yet. But on my list, on my gratitude list, I put down, I'm thankful for my new home. I'm thankful for, I have things that haven't come to fruition yet. I'm thankful for, I'm thankful for my website. I got a website, VicSoulHeartbeat.com. I need to start building it, but I put down, I'm thankful on my website. Actually, was able to forward the one email to the other email. I was actually able to do that. Took a little time to learn everything, but I did it. And I put down, I'm thankful for my family. Which family? The future family, my future spouse. Because you know what? My future spouse may have kids, may have the adult children. I have no idea. So I put that down. I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful for my family. I put down, I'm thankful for the job with the census, because everything's on hold right now. And I was already called, do you still want this? And I said, yes. And they said, well, everything's on hold. And I said, well, that's fine. That's fine. But there's other things, too, that haven't come to me yet. And the possibilities are endless. And this is where children really know how to imagine. They really know how to use their imagination. We're told we go to school, here's the books, put your imagination away. And I think we need to start imagining, what would life be like if all of us had enough money? What would life be like if we all maybe not only had enough money, but we all felt secure? If we all felt secure, like, we all have the job we want, and we all have enough money, and we all say, yeah, I'm happy with my job, and I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I'm making a difference in the lives of others. And it doesn't mean you have to have a service job. It doesn't mean you have to work in customer service. It doesn't mean that. Or sales. Doesn't mean you have to work in sales either. There are some people out there that say, I'd rather drive 45 minutes to work. I really like the drive. And other people like, no, I just want to drive 5 minutes to work. That's it. Some people are, no, I'd rather walk. I'd rather walk a half mile to work. That's it. Or I don't know, maybe some people is like, no, I'd rather take the bus to work, or I'd rather take the train. There are other people out there like that. And can you imagine if everybody felt happy and secure and joyful, and there wasn't, and there is enough to go around for everybody. That's the thing. There is. We think we live in a scarcity world. We think we live in a world that there's not enough, but there is enough to go around for everybody. And this is where your imagination comes in, and this is where the feeling of everything. I mean, you can go back and rewind the video if you want, and listen to the words, to joy, to forgiveness, to change, to growth, to possibility, to wonder, to creativity, to imagination. That life is in every way, shape, and form is for me. I thank the service, the teachers, the guidance, the growth, the change, the pain, and everything that continues to build and support this silent knowing and experience in my life, and is affirmed here and now. I mean, I'm open to divine energy, love, guidance, self-love, wonder, forks in the road, U-turns, lions, tigers, bears, people, intervention, support. You can go back and listen again if you want. And people are so addicted to the negative. We're so addicted to the negative that we can't see what we're doing. And I'm guilty of it too. I am. I made a conscious decision on my Facebook page this morning to do a spiritual mind treatment. And what I did was I almost copied this down word for word. Almost word for word. And when I did, it took me about 25, 30 minutes to write it down on my Facebook page. And it is a discipline. You have to be disciplined to look for the good and be a good finder, and not concentrate on what your governor is doing wrong. Because you focus on that, you're only going to get more of it. You focus on the fear, God's going to say, oh, you want more fear? Okay, here you go. Oh, you want more lack? Oh, you don't have enough money? Oh, here. We got to move past appearances. We have to move past that. Joe Dispenza talks about this in his videos. If you don't believe me, okay, listen to Joe Dispenza and move past what you're currently feeling. And he has many videos, many different videos. I'm still looking for the video that Joe Dispenza has, and it's out there. I just need to find it. But he says, if you cry for 2 minutes, that's about what you need to get whatever out, to get the grief out. 2 minutes. And there's something that chemically changes in the brain. And it takes about 2 minutes to get that grief out. And I wish I knew where this video was. But it's on YouTube somewhere, and I just don't know where. Maybe I saved it as a favorite back in like August or September of 2019. That's when I started listening to Joe Dispenza, was somewhere around August, September, October 2019. So let's hope I saved it as a favorite. But he says, if you are lost in that deep, deep, deep crying and whatever it is, grief, deep crying for more than 2 minutes, you're faking it. And I'm like, oh gosh, I got to go back and listen to that. I got to find that video. And he talks about the mind becoming the body, and you're living in your past. He talks about this. So if you don't listen to me and you don't believe me, look up Joe Dispenza and look at him. If you don't believe me, look up Louise Hay. She has plenty of videos of affirmations. I love Louise Hay. I love her. I hope that she's spreading her love on all of us because she's passed away now. But her videos go on. She has tons of books. And see what happens if you listen to Louise Hay every single day, 30 minutes, an hour a day for 30 days straight. See what happens. I'm asking you, don't just believe me. There are other people who have been doing this for years. There's a reason why they're doing what they're doing. So probably, maybe Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to write out a list of the exercises that I do. And I'm probably going to, if this couch is gone, because I need room, if the couch is gone, that I will make a video on the exercises that I do, but the couch has to be gone. There is absolutely no room in my living room for me to do this video on the floor. There's no room. I gotta move this out. I tried to move it out of my apartment earlier today, and unfortunately I'm one person and it takes more than one person to move the couch out. I thought it would be easy getting it out the door. It's easy to move in and around the living room. It's easy to do that, but getting it out the door is a total different situation. And yeah, I'm definitely not Superman or anything like that. So hoping that this person comes by tomorrow and picks it up. And we'll see if I can create. But remember, we're always creating. We're always creating our own world. We're always creating our own future. So what you do today will create a little bit of your tomorrow. And what you do tomorrow and like this week will create your next week and your next week. And Louise Hay even says this. So if you want a glorious future, think glorious thoughts now. If you want a wonderful future, think wonderful thoughts now. And I guarantee you, it will change your life. Go back and listen to the prayer. If you make up your own prayer. I want peace. Okay, then claim it. Claim it. There's a reason why somebody I know, she's about 70 years old. She said, Sandra, I haven't watched the news since I was 7 years old. And I said, why? And she goes, because I realized when I was 7, it just didn't make me feel good. And I'm just like, you mean to tell me since 60 years ago or so, give or take, let's just say 60 years ago, which was 1950 something, 1950. My mom was born in 52, and she would have been 67, I think now. So whatever year it was, 1950 or 1960, maybe let's say since 1960-ish, this woman hasn't watched the news. She knows how it made her feel. And she said, I don't have time to watch the news. I'm too busy. And how is she informed? She probably finds out from other people telling her what's going on. She probably finds out. I don't know, maybe she gets newspapers. I don't know. But she does not watch the news on TV, nor on Facebook. So, and she seems pretty knowledgeable. I consider her a mentor of mine. She's pretty knowledgeable. She's wise. She's lived her life, and I've learned some things from her. So I am out. I hope you are well, and I hope you use your mind wisely. Namaste.